What's going on, everyone? My name is Sidechick Larry, and welcome to my review of My Friendly Neighborhood. So, getting into this game is based around a Sesame Street art style mixed with a Sesame Street mixed with Teletubbies mixed with just a sprinkle dash of Mr. Rogers, all in a big melting pot that you just mixed together and said, hey, we're missing some elements. Give me a dash of Resident Evil 4 and, what else? Yes. And just a skosh of Phasmophobia. Just, there we go. And perfection. That's what I would say if this game was perfect, but it's not. So, about the game. So, the game is this game, you play it in the perspective of a maintenance man named Gordon, who is sent to the radio station to shut it down because this current station is taking over the news. Essentially, the station that the news is on, it's taking over and controlling that station. And, well, they don't like that, so they want you to shut it down. Well, when you get there, everything seems normal and such until you realize that all the puppets are alive and they want you dead. So you go then proceed to try to survive this shit show that is your survival of shutting down this antenna, shutting down the broadcasting network for this, and then getting out alive. Well, it doesn't go as everything, and it gets a little fucked. But that's essentially what the game's about. Now, let's get into what the game did bad. This game has no story whatsoever. I mean, it has a story, okay? It's a cutscene based game, so it does it's a single player game, so it does have a story. But the story is very fucking boring. It's boring. There's nothing much interest to it. It's kind of just meh. It's there, but it's meh. It's not very good. I think it could be done. It could be done better. I think if they took their time and made some of the characters a bit more interesting, maybe the characters put a little more oomph into the voice acting. I mean, they did really good with the voice acting, I can't say that. More like, just the story wasn't that captivating, you know what I mean? It wasn't very captivating. I didn't feel like I didn't really give a shit about the story. I mean, I played 7 hours of the game, beat the game, but I mean, the story really never piqued my interest. Now going on to the characters are forgettable, so like a lot of the characters are just like, they're there, neat, and then that's it. Nothing much about the characters encapsulates you, and it actually makes you want to learn, like, hey man, what's this character about? It's more just like this is just kind of there, and that's kind of it. I mean, I'll give the game this. It does. There is like an underlying big story about how the main character was part of part of a war, and some of the puppets know about the war and they're all traumatized by it, and it's a whole thing, but it's not really about it. It's not really like, oh, that's a detrimental piece to the story, but no, it's more just like it's there. It exists. There you go. Moving on to what the game did good. I genuinely believe that this game's gunplay, as in how the guns perform, fantastic. There's the beginning pistol, which is a Mauser that has been modified with a typewriter's aesthetic and put together to shoot giant golden letters out of sticky notes. And if you think I'm lying, You can play this game, and you will see. I am not joking. Look it up. It's literally right here. But it's based off the Mauser, which is right here. Which people call the broomstick gun. Fallout calls it the Type 97 Chinese pistol. Blah 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 blah. It's a Mauser. It's not that big of a fucking gun. It's kind of a shit gun. It was outdated even in the time it was made, but this is a cool concept. This is not. This gun sucks, but it looks good, so they made it to this. Which I like this. The gun design is beautiful. Then you also have the, which goes to my next point, is like the creative guns, how the guns are designed, how creative they look, and I love it. I love that fucking part. It's so good because the guns, which as you saw the Mauser, move on to the Novelist, which is the shotgun. They took a trench gun and converted it with a book and a typewriter to do this. So essentially, instead of it being like, you have the Rolodex, which is essentially what the magazine for Mauser is instead of that, you have the rolls from the typewriter is for the paper. That is your shell. So your shotgun is a one-shot shotgun. So you have to reload every single roll. So as you're using it, it's a super powerful gun. So it one-taps everything, and it's so good that you want to use it so much. The ammo, like Resident Evil 4, is sparse, but it's enough to where you have fun playing with the guns. So the guns are very creative, and then there's the Lewis chain gun. Either way, it's an old timey Gatling gun, and it's really cool. I mean, there's the wrench, but I mean, really, no one gives a fuck about it. It's not like, BioShock, but I mean, it's a wrench. It's the wrench from this game. That's the wrench. I mean, it's cool. You can like flip it, with an animation. Just you flip the wrench, but I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's just a wrench. But the machine gun is essentially essentially you have 999 ammo right from the jump with it, so you can burn through it. But once you're out, you're out. No more ammunition for it. And then you also have the grenades, which are right here. I believe they're based off of the pineapple grenades right here. I don't know. But if it is or isn't, I have no idea. But it looks pretty neat. It looks like a roll of I don't know how to describe it. It's like a roll of film, kind of. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a roll or something. But it looks like a roll of paper, like tape. It looks like it looks like tape. But yeah, it's right here. So I mean, the guns are designed off the basis that they're based off of writers' stuff, like a typewriter, stuff like that. And it's really cool to see all the creativity they put into making the guns. The animators and the animators for these guns put a lot of effort, and I'm very impressed. This is like a two indie companies. Two indie creators coming together to develop this game. It's really good for two creators. But coming up next to is the design of everything in this game is beautiful. It's super nice. It's well ported to PC. It looks super good, and it plays super smooth. It doesn't have a lot of hiccups. There's a lot of loading screens, but for two small creators coming together to make this game, I gotta say, very fucking good. It's very, very tasteful on how they do everything with how everything looks. The gameplay of this game is fantabulous. It's fantastic. It does not disappoint. The playing with the shooting's great. The horror is good. There's not that much horror, but it's enough to where it'll scale you a couple times. It'll jump out you freak you the fuck out a couple times with this loud bullshit. But, and then you also have to come in the fact of this, like, everything looks like you're watching Sesame Street. It looks like that. It looks like you're watching Sesame Street. It's amazing, and I love it. It's a great art style, and I recommend that if they make a second game, that they put as much effort into this one, and then they fix the stuff that they couldn't do with this one. They fix it in the future for their second titles, because this game does deserve a second title. It does. It actually deserves a second title, like Evil West deserves a second title. This game as well. Anywho, so going on to the next is the tutorial. The tutorial is really well. It holds your hand at the start, but once the tutorial ends, no more hand holding. That's your ass. You're gonna learn how to play this game. So if you can't pick up fast and pick up speed, then that means that's your ass. So good luck with that. I played on normal difficulty. I wasn't about to waste my time and play on the hardest difficulty because I was not about that. I'm good. That's some bullshit that I didn't want to deal with. I mean, the game's great for it, but I mean, I did normal. I got my ass kicked a lot. Died 22 times. Played 7 hours of this game. Completed it. Beat the game. Enjoyed it immensely. And, yeah, it was really fun. Moving on to, is this game worth the price? Currently, this game is priced around $29.99. With tax, it comes around $32 and some change. Now, do I think this game is worth that price? Yes, I do. I believe this game is priced accurately to what the game can give you and what the game will output and the enjoyment you'll have with the game. Maybe I'm different from a lot of people, so maybe there'll be people who enjoy the game more, enjoy the game less, but I definitely think this game is worth at least some of your attention. I think this game is worth a playthrough, at least one playthrough. If you want to play more than that, go ahead, but I recommend this game. Please pick up this game. It's a good for single player game that you're just kind of looking for something to just play in, like something like Resident Evil 4, which it does have Resident Evil 4 mechanics, managing your inventory, the game doesn't allow you to kill the puppets. You actually have to just knock them down and then use duct tape, which is a finite resource, to tape them up to hold them in place. But the game feels like Resident Evil 4, but in first person. So it feels like a Resident Evil Biohazard. It feels like that. It feels like Resident Evil 7. Yeah, Resident Evil 7. So it feels good, but it's not, as different as Resident Evil 7. It's not as scary. It feels a bit less terrifying. It feels more like a cartoony Resident Evil. Just not as gory, which is really nice. It actually fits the aesthetic of this game really well. But yeah, we're coming down to the rating of this game. So, you know how I do my ratings, so I'm not going to bore you with that. So go off is the story good and well done? No, I do not believe so. Maybe it is well done, and maybe if you gave a shit, maybe if the story was a bit more told, maybe I'm just being a little baby back bitch. Maybe I don't understand it. Maybe there's some complex necessity. There's a deep underlying big conspiracy with this story, but I'm dense as a board, and I have no enjoy. I did not like the story. I think the story was very just. You could just literally it falls on your shoulder and you just brush it off like some fucking dust. It was that. It was just some dust in the fucking wind when it comes to a story. And maybe it was well done, but it didn't capture my attention when I was listening to it and or reading it. It was really just kind of boring. I just kind of played the game to enjoy the puzzles and also to, shoot puppets and tie them up. That's kind of cool. That was I enjoyed. I enjoyed just shooting stuff. The game was awesome for that. Gunplays, basically. So are the controls good? Yes, the controls are actually made flawless. Simple, yet elegant. That's what I like about controls. I hate when games, watch my other reviews, when fucking games put in annoying ass fucking controls. Hearts of Iron 4, Crusader Kings, y'all nasty raggedy bitches. Your controls are ass. Fix your fucking controls. Kenshi, you might be on that fucking list. So watch your goddamn tone. But I do not like when controls are needlessly difficult to use. That's a pain in the dick. But this game does not do that. This game has a good controls. So, good job. Is the tutorial good? Like the games I said previously, this game actually has an amazing tutorial that when the game's done, when the tutorial's done, it doesn't hold your hand. It kicks you in the ass and says, figure it the fuck out. If you didn't pay attention, that's your problem, not mine. So good tutorial. Is the game fun all around? Yes, I believe this game is fun all around. This game is enjoyable. You actually, like, roaming the studio, all the studios, the sewers, the basements, the theaters, all that crap. Roaming all these places, it felt so good, and it was actually enjoyable to find stuff. It was enjoyable to loot each room, meticulously comb through, looking for like ammunition, tape, health, snacks, you know, all that stuff. It was super fun, and I actually had a great time doing it. But it comes to the last thing. Is this game replayable? Fuck no. I played it once, 7 hours. I enjoyed it, but I would not play this game again. Maybe if it got some DLC, change up some stuff, I might play it for longer. But in all honesty, I really don't think this game is worth multiple playthroughs. If you feel differently, go ahead and do it. But in my personal opinion, this game is a solid 3 out of 5. It's pretty good. It's above average. I think the game needs some work. I think this game is good where it is. I think when they make the second one, if they do, I think they can improve upon it from the first one. Maybe make the story a bit different. Maybe add some more stuff into the story and pack it a bit. Make the story a bit more captivating, because the story felt kind of just like a limp noodle. Know what I mean? Anywho, I'm rambling on. I hope y'all have a lovely day. I hope y'all stay safe. I hope y'all stay cool. I hope y'all stay classy. I'm out here, y'all. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell. Be notified when I upload again. Please be careful, as I say. Stay safe and cool as it does.